Hi, I'm Josh, aka Skate Dad, and today I'm going to help you as a parent figure out what type of shoe to buy for your beginning skateboarder. Now, if you want the quick and easy version, just head down to your local skate shop, bring your kid with you, and let the experts there help you figure things out. However, if you want to really understand what shoes to buy and why, and where to get some amazing discounts on skate shoes for your kid, keep watching. First, let's talk about what shoes not to buy for your kid to skate in. Don't let your kid skate in shoes that are not made for skateboarding. When I was a kid, I used to skate in whatever was available because there were no skate shoe companies. So I wore Air Jordans, I kind of wish I'd held on to those, or I just skated in whatever shoes seemed to work. However, today, there are many companies making shoes exclusively for skateboarding. And these shoes are so much better than what we had back in the 80s. Companies like Nike, Soul Technology, which makes brands like Etnies and Emerica, and Vans have poured millions of dollars into research figuring out what makes shoes work for skateboarding. These shoes offer higher levels of protection, not just from one-time injuries, but also from chronic or overuse injuries. It's easy to think that kids are made of rubber and can't sprain ankles, bruise heels, or tear ligaments, but this happens all too often, even with little ones. Skate shoes aren't a cure, and there's nothing that can provide 100% protection, but better shoes will help. With all the great skate shoes available, why would you buy anything else? However, even within the world of skate shoes, there are some shoes that are going to be better for your youngins than others. So consider these aspects of skate shoes as you go shopping. Thinner, lighter shoes enable the skateboarder to better feel the board and have more control, but beefier shoes offer more protection. If it were my kid, I'd go for the beefier, thicker, more protective shoe, because a lot of pros skate with big, thick shoes, and they're doing just fine. A high top shoe will offer slightly more ankle support than a low top, but the real bonus is that extra padding is going to protect a kid's ankle from that board spinning around and hitting them, which can really hurt. Almost all the skate shoe brands offer high top versions, with Nike SB Dunks being one of the most popular. Imagine skateboarding in a Timberland boot. Your feet would have great protection, but it'd be really hard to feel the board and control it through those tough, rugged soles. On the other end of the spectrum, a pair of Vans slip-ons have so little padding you can practically feel how rough the grip tape is through your shoes. Board feel is important for more advanced skateboarders, but less so for your young skateboarder who's just starting out. A slippery shoe is no good for skateboarding, but skate shoes have advanced to the point where this is hardly a concern. However, it is a major reason why you should only get skate shoes for your kid and not some other shoe that's made for a different athletic activity. Other types of shoes aren't optimized to perform well with grip tape and skateboarding, and so they can become a safety issue. Bad news, parents. Turns out rubbing shoes against sandpaper causes them to wear out. Every time your kid steps on a skateboard or does a trick, they're tearing little pieces of leather and rubber and whatever that shoe is made of off of the shoe. Eventually, the sole is going to get smooth and worn out if the shoes don't develop a hole in the upper canvas or leather part first. Shoes with a canvas upper tend to wear out faster than those with a leather or faux leather upper. Look for shoes made with high quality materials, reinforced stitching, and extra protection for the areas that wear out the fastest, like the side of the shoe on your kid's leading foot. When your kid is just starting out, a pair of new skate shoes should last them several months. They may actually grow out of the shoe before they wear it out. As they get more advanced, they're going to wear shoes out more quickly. We've tracked the lifetime of several of my 13-year-old son's shoes in a spreadsheet, and we found that on average, he wears shoes out in about 48 days. A professional skateboarder can go through several pairs of shoes in just 1 month. That's just the nature of skateboarding. Nobody wants to pay $120 for a pair of skate shoes just so their young skateboarder can say, "I hate these, I don't want to wear these." This is part of the reason I stopped picking out shoes for my son, because almost every time I do, there's something wrong with them and he won't wear them, and I regret having bought them at all. As a parent, it can be tempting to say, "I bought you these shoes, you're gonna wear them, and that's that. I guess you just don't want to skate if you don't want to wear these shoes." However, skateboarding is one of those sports where any distraction can become a safety issue. And this is part of why skaters are so particular about their shoes and their clothing. Anything that doesn't feel right can be a distraction and can result in them getting hurt. The other reason I don't pick out shoes for my kid anymore is I just can't predict what he's going to like. He and I agree that certain shoes look good, but we disagree on others. I found that it's too expensive for me to try to choose shoes for him, so I just let him choose them all now. In putting together this list of trusted skate shoe brands, which you can find in the description of this video below, I've included those brands that are currently in business, sponsor professional skateboarders, and support the skateboarding community. Brands like Emerica, Fallen, Ours, and Lakai are brands that skaters would call core brands because these companies are owned and operated by skateboarders. I and many other skateboarders like to support these brands wherever possible. However, more corporate brands like Nike, Vans, and Cariuma make great shoes, and they have made substantial investments in supporting skateboarding. If all I considered was safety and performance, I'd choose Nike SB or CONS, which are now both owned by the same company. However, I like to support core brands, and I have some ethical qualms about sourcing and other things with the corporate brands. But honestly, the Nike SBs are the best skate shoes I've ever skated in. I kind of don't like that that's the case, but them's the facts.
Facts.
Most importantly, and I can't emphasize this enough, make your kid try the shoes on. They may like the look of a shoe, but then they try it on and they're like, "Ow, there's something inside poking my toe." Or, "This is squeezing my foot, it's too narrow." There's no substitute for your kid trying on the shoe. And even if you buy off of Amazon or some online retailer, they often have free returns. So trying on the shoe is a no-brainer. The safest, quickest way to get the right shoe for your kid is to drive over to your local skate shop. However, that may not be the cheapest place to get shoes. And I know a lot of parents out there are really cost conscious about how much money they're spending on skateboarding. If you're looking for deals, stock up during back-to-school sales. Your local skate shop often has these sales, and they'll knock huge amounts off of the prices. The other place you can check at your local skate shop is the clearance section. You might have to get a shoe that's 6 months old, 12 months old, and maybe your kid wants the latest and greatest, but they're going to get a much better deal on a shoe that was the latest and greatest just a few months ago. Outlet stores are a great place to save a buck or two. I once got a pair of Nike SBs for 15 bucks at an outlet store. That saved me about $80. My wife and I have also found skate shoes on Amazon for as little as $20 a pair, but those deals are few and far between. That should give you all the information you need to buy the right shoe for your young skateboarder. But if you feel like I've missed anything, or you have any questions about buying your kid's first pair of skateboard shoes, put it in the comments below and I'll respond.